morning, everyone. This is Rom Cumagun with Imee Navarro. We are here at Max Quindicitas. And Imee, good morning, Imee.
Good morning, Rom. At naglibreng promotions ka pa for Max Fried Chicken. Dapat bayaran nila tayo dito.
If you notice, mostly yung status ni Imee sa kanyang Facebook is about this or her newfound love with the air. And Imee, love is in the air. Imee is into paragliding now, and Imee is here to share with us her experiences and insights sa paragliding. Imee, take it away.
Thank you, Roman. Good morning again to your listeners and your viral viewers. No? So, I'm not really into paragliding. My daughter is training to be a pilot, but then again, I found Rom will be showing you a lot of photos that we've been taking since Daet and other locations like Bontoc and Sarangani. So, because as I observe the pilots and how they really hone their values in line with Academy, no, EQ Academy, nakita ko talaga kasi, Rom, the beauty of how they free themselves, they relax themselves and experience the elements, as their tagline is free, relax, and experience the elements. Hindi lamang yun. When they go start their action, as they call it, launch their parachutes or their kites, makikita mo from people from different walks of lives and even foreigners with high-ranking positions in the corporations they work for, mga direktor, mga doktor, mga VPs, owners of companies. There's nothing that, no barriers. Walang levels, walang titles for them. As soon as they launch their shoots, and with the president of PPN of ASAP and PPHGA, si Bukupay, Raimundo, pag nandun na siya at magtatandem na siya, lahat ng mga taong ito na hindi pa naman lilipad, they right away without being commanded would help out and assist. So that in itself is very complete in camaraderie, hindi ba? And the patience of waiting for the wind to stabilize, ready and safe for flying. Talaga, it hones a lot of values in them. May camaraderie, friendship, patience. And as Buko would instruct them, let your brain, bird brain function, sabi nga niya. So that's our reptilian brain na na-mention ko. Remember our very first video, Rom? Now we have 3 levels of brain: the reptilian brain, mammalian brain, and the primal brain. And according to them, as I listen to them, no, and I'm sure you are seeing right now a lot of video footages, meaning pictures na pinapakita ni Rom ngayon. Makikita nyo dyan na talagang kumpul-kumpul sila. Pero pag lumipad naman sila, solo ka na eh. Either tandem or solo. What am I saying here? Yung 100% responsibility mo, as soon as you launch your kite, you are already committed to fly and save your life and of course be safe in that flight. And as soon as you land, ganun din. So responsibilidad mo kung tandem man yan, responsibilidad mo yung katandem mo, or kung solo man yan, responsibilidad mo yung sarili mong buhay. So it's almost encompassing my teachings in coaching and my workshops. Kaya gusto ko, nakahanap ako ng bagong technology, Rom. Meron akong meeting actually this afternoon. I will not say the company yet. So I want to incorporate a 2-day workshop for team building, incorporating paragliding in it, kasi it really hones a lot of values that we need in work, career-wise, even in personal life. So basically, I saw the value of paragliding as a tool in really setting our minds to excellence.
Ako, initially, I think of fear right now. I'm thinking of fear. And weren't you afraid the first time? How did you overcome the fear?
Okay, Rom, hindi naman kaila sa mga viewers mo and listeners mo and sa'yo na rin na I have a condition beautifully called Parkinson's, no? But I was already able to do tandem with Joseph Ongkada in Daet and with Buko Pai Raimundo in Carmona. So, ibig ko sabihin, may mga ipapakita rin kami soon enough, hindi lang ngayon kasi hindi ko pa na-share sa'yo, may mga taong walang kamay na lumipad na, nag-tandem na, at nagsusolo flight, ginagamit ang paha. Meron na rin somewhere around the globe that 102 years old and 85 years old, the oldest that flew solo also in paragliding. There's also the youngest so far, a Filipino anak ni Ian Veneracion, 11 years old, started flying. She's the youngest that flew ever in paragliding. And meron din kaming Russian na dinala a few weeks ago. May fear of heights siya. And she panicked in the beginning, but then again, when Buko took her out already, she was okay and she landed fine, and now she's gonna take up the lessons. So what am I saying here again? With my workshops and training, paragliding is incongruent really in really creating that mindset that, hey, look, nothing will happen to you as long as you are 100% responsible for all your actions, meaning your sensory acuity keen in all the instructions, and then your complete awareness and focus and mindfulness is there. Nothing will happen to you because, as I said, the reptilian brain will always take into action to protect yourself. The mammalian brain will secondarily take its action to take care and care for yourself. And then the primal brain will now activate saying, hey, itong dapat mong gawin. Makinig ka sa hangin. Are you safe? Are you folding up? Are you flying right? Are you flying too high? And then all these primal brains will coordinate with your mammalian brain and your reptilian brain to congruently act upon protection. Bottom line is Maslow's psychology, to really do the hierarchy of needs, which is ultimately to have the highest intention of really having a 100% responsible for all your actions up air and as you land.
Right now, what I can think of about, you mentioned about bird brain. Yes, as far as I know, bird brain has been used pejoratively. What can you say to that?
Ang ibig mo bang sabihin yung utak ibon, na ibig sabihin maliit ang utak mo? Well, back in the days before we had our size of the brain, currently right now, sometime like 2,500 or 25 or 250,000 years ago, maliit naman talaga ang utak natin kasi ang body natin ang malaki. Alam mo naman yan, di ba? The primitive age. As we grow on using our bipedal, we became smaller in build and we became bigger in brain. So anong sinasabi ko dyan? Lahat tayo dumaan sa maliit na utak. So maliit man o malaki ang brain, basta ginamit mo sa tama. It's really a metaphor. Use your bird brain. Ibig sabihin, napakaliit na porsyento, which is your pineal gland, opening to all parts of your brain, which is the most smartest part of it. Pag ginamit mo naman yan, pag hindi mo ginamit pala sa tama yan, ikaw rin naman na mag-endanger eh. So if you want to endanger yourself, then even how big your brain is, you're not gonna be safe, right? So the metaphor of use your bird brain is ibig sabihin lang, kahit gaano kaliit ang utak mo, pag ginamit mo ng tama, with all your sensory acuity, no fear will arise to any occasion. But if you will be brave, you'll hurdle, you will surpass anything, and you can actually achieve and do anything in life, including flying. And it's amazing, Rom, the experience we had this weekend was actually, according to Buko, was very productive. And I think it surpassed all their numbers so far in the past 3 years. We had about 5 kites flying or 6 kites flying all together at one time. Beautiful experience as you're currently seeing in the video right now, or pictures, right?
I remember one conversation with a friend, kasi scuba diver siya. And then a friend commented, hindi naman tayo binigyan ng Diyos ng hasang eh. Ba't tayo mag-scuba diving? So siguro in this case, hindi naman tayo binigyan ng Diyos ng pakpak. Why should we go to the air?
It's kind of scientific and it's almost proven. Ay, babalik lang ako sa teachings ko na because it's one of my favorites in my workshop right now. We all have reptilian, mammalian, and that's part of my hasang, mammalian siya, di ba? And the primal brain. So lahat yan pinanggalingan natin at meron tayong kapuwang na maliit na porsyento niyan. So hindi mo pwede sabihin, hindi nga tayo nilikha maging isda, hindi tayo nilikha maging ibon, pero hindi rin tayo nilikha to have limitations. We were created limitless and boundless to actually do anything. So if we cannot levitate without a wing, then let's create a wing to fly, because God created all these beautiful elements. The trees, the wind, the sun, the sky, not to live there, but to at least admire it from a point of view. And most of the people who took the tandem flights with Buko really enjoyed, even the Masons from Australia. Una sabi nila ayaw nila, but when one came, then the other came, then the other flew, they really saw the beauty, because how else can you admire the beauty of the sky or the wind or the sun if you won't go up there? And when you're going up there in an airplane, you are sanctioned by the aircraft, right? But as apart from being really one with the elements, it really gives you that zoned out peace of mind, really getting out of the worries and fast buzz of the city and work. And when you get grounded, you'll notice, Rom, that you will handle the problems and even issues in career-wise in a more subtle and peaceful and calm way. It kind of gets you in a state with the elements.
Your activity when you're up there is gliding. And what do you see in gliding that you cannot see in other human activity?
Okay. Yeah, good question, Rom, because walang gigil dito, hindi ka pwede manggigil. In other words, sa golf. Pag hindi ka nakaka-birdie or eagle, hindi ka puro ka par ka ng par over, nag-over points ka, medyo nagkakagigil ka, then you end up ruining your game. So it's a game against the ball. This one, because I tried golf, I tried bowling also, may gigil din yan. Pag binato mo na yung bola, gusto mo makahit ng strike. So may sense of competition, nakuha mo. So in gliding, you simply just have your sensory acuity, meaning your ears are attuned with the wind, your eyes are attuned at a level because you need to see your direction and the direction of the wind. Even your balance is just reliant on the wing. So yung arms mo, yung arm work mo actually has to be very keen and very, very calm according to the natural flow of the wind. So hindi mo pwedeng labanan yan kasi natural force of nature yan di ba? So as compared to other sports, it's non-competitive and it's really just relaxing. As you said, you glide with the wind and it's a natural source. So hindi siya predictable. So you really have to just be attuned with your sensory acuity, meaning i-feel mo lahat, tingnan mo lahat, and it has to have an equanimity, meaning balance. So beautifully, I really see, and if you attend my next workshops, you will learn more of this. Because as I said, I think I mentioned to you kanina, I'm doing a module, 2-day team building workshop or module, and I will incorporate paragliding in it because it will really hone a lot of values, a lot of characteristics and attitude needed even in corporate and family and social life. So yung gliding, as you said, just to reiterate, no competition. You cannot compete. You actually go with the flow.
You mentioned also in one of our previous conversations that paragliding somehow helps you in your Parkinson's disease. Would you like to comment more?
Oh yeah, because I noticed before I take off, twice I tried the tandem because I'm not authorized and licensed to do solo flights, no? But soon, after the Sarangani event, which I want to promote na rin, baka makalimutan ko, August 22 and 24, 224, these pilots and even international pilots are flying into Sarangani in Jensan because there will be the very first international competition for accuracy landing. So it will be joined upon by 8 or 9 other countries, including the Philippines, of course, and the youngest ever paraglider girl, yung anak nga ni Ian Veneracion, will be joining this competition. So sana manood kayo, if not, of course, compete if you're not a pilot yet. So yon. So anyway, kaya ako nabanggit yan kasi sa diet nag-paraglide na ako ng tandem. Tapos dito rin sa Carmona, na-notice ko as I launch and as I land, ang tremors kong tindi. But when I'm up there, hawak ko pa nga ang GoPro at steady ang shots. So ibig sabihin, being with the elements, the natural healing and recovery, as I always mention, and I'm a guru of that, remember, Rom? So talagang being with the elements really helped the natural healing of the body. So wala akong tremors pag nasa taas ako ng ere. So yun ang na-notice ko. So isa yan sa pag-aaralan ko, kaya ako na-mention ng competition kasi ang tuklasining, which the NGO under which EQ Academy is under at, kami ang PR agency na nag-handle ng competition So busy lang ngayon. But after the competition, maybe sometime on my birthday, September, I will take the classes of paragliding already. It's a challenge ko ang sarili ko, Rom, para talagang puksain na itong condition ng katawan ko na to, na lahat ng sport na kaya kong to help myself eliminate and eradicate the symptoms, I will do it. And paragliding, I think, is a discovery of mine. Aside from, remember, the tunes and the dancing. Yeah.
I remember astronauts, when they venture up into space, they see the Earth as one. I don't know, do you see the Earth differently, even that far distance now from the Earth?
Are you talking about the universe, unity, collective consciousness? Are you talking about that? Or?
I don't know. Based on your experience, since may konti kang elevation, may perspective ka that others do not see, how do you see the Earth from that point?
I will not talk about the Earth as a different entity, but what I notice with the people, as I said, they come from different walks of life and different organizations, different work and career. Ang napansin ko lang, because they all flew, no? At the end of the day, ayaw maghiwa-hiwalay. That's why I mentioned, did you mean about collective consciousness? Because my take on that, if you're asking about this, I believe we're all one entity anyway. And somehow this activity unifies this collective consciousness into one. That they tend to have one mindset, one flow of thinking, one camaraderie, one movement, one motion. Because the wind is just the wind. You cannot separate the wind. Pag nag-iiba-ibang direction lang yan. But when you're up there, somehow you get out of your, you know, in NLP, in Neuro-Linguistic Programming, we have a quote that we say, the map is not the territory. Because kumbaga, pag nakita mo ang mundo, may tubig yan, may land yan, may puno yan, that is the territory. But when you say that the map is not the territory, iba ang tingin ko doon. Pwede ang tingin doon, lupa lang, or dagat lang, or puno lang. Pero ikaw, pwede ang tingin doon, ay, beautiful, it's a painting. So when that becomes one with everybody, na nagiging iba yung tingin naming lahat, when we go up there, that's so beautiful because that means that we become one energy, one vibration, and one frequency. And that by far is, I think, the goal of the universe. Parang wala ng chaos, wala ng competition, wala ng war. And I think, thank you for asking that. And I think that's one of the revelations this sport is bringing into oneness, unity, and collectiveness.
Imagine me to be one of the least interested into this sport. Yes, try me.
Okay, Rom, let me just tell you, if I were to give you an activity that will make you limitless, boundless, will make you realize that fear is not even a word, it's not even an emotion, and everything you can topple, everything you can conquer. And with this activity, I will surprise you that you can actually conquer anything as long as you will be accepting and open to the experience. So I will walk you through in a one-day experience that will make you realize that you can conquer the world. In fact, you can, at the end of that activity, you might even scream, "You're the king of the world." Would you like that?
Imee, I would like to be a king of the world.
Yes. So on that note, paragliding is a key experience and a key sport that I would like to encourage everybody. And if you want to experience this, you can call me again in Academy, EQ Academy, 341-5822, and also other companies and corporations out there. It's a new experience for team building, and of course, I'd like to also invite everybody for the first international competition for accuracy landing for paragliding in Sarangani, August 22 to 24. Contact me, 341-5822.
Okay, so you've heard Imee Navarro, friends. This is Rom Cumagun sharing my post for today.
To be the king of the world.
To be the king of the world. King and queen with Imee this time.
That's nice. And I'm the queen of the world.
Thank you.
Yeah.